Emergency protocols are now in effect. Paradisus test has gone critical. We need an immediate containment strategy now.
What's the situation, Henry? How bad are we talking?
Radiation breach in Sector 7. Waste is leaking directly onto inhabited island. We have approximately 200 civilians in the contamination zone.
Jesus Christ, how much leaked?
Antony, give me numbers.
Preliminary readings show 15,000 Roentgens per hour. That's lethal exposure within minutes. The containment vessel completely failed.
Options for immediate response?
We need military evacuation teams. Coast Guard is already mobilizing. But Henry, this is going to be close to impossible to contain.
The press is going to crucify us. We need a narrative ready within the hour.
What's our cover story?
Equipment malfunction during routine naval exercises. No mention of nuclear materials, and absolutely no mention of weapons testing.
That won't hold up once radiation readings hit the news. We're talking about a dead zone, Henry. Nothing will survive in that contamination.
Then we control the information flow. Derek, lock down all access to the island. Military quarantine, no exceptions.
Already in progress, but we can't stop satellite imagery or independent radiation monitoring.
Henry, I'm getting reports from the island. The exposure effects are immediate. People are experiencing severe radiation sickness. Some are already showing physical changes.
What kind of changes?
Skin lesions, hair loss, but also cellular mutations. The medical team is describing it as accelerated decay. And I mean, the images speak for themselves.
Jesus, that's disgusting. We need to get those medical teams to sign NDAs, and we need that to happen immediately, before they start talking to researchers.
Make it happen. What about the submarine crew?
All personnel evacuated successfully, but the Paradisus itself is completely destroyed. Total loss of the prototype.
The reactor core is still active. It's essentially a floating nuclear bomb. We need to scuttle it before it drifts into shipping lanes.
How long before the island situation stabilizes?
Decades, maybe longer. The isotopes we used have extremely long half-lives.
We need to start relocating the survivors, quietly. Medical facilities that can handle radiation exposure.
What survivors? Latest report shows 80% fatality rate apart from those troll things you sent a picture of. And those numbers are climbing, by the way.
Focus on damage control then. What's our financial exposure?
Lawsuits alone could bankrupt us. That's not counting government fines or international sanctions.
The UN is already calling for investigations. Environmental groups are mobilizing. This is going to be a global incident.
Henry, we're getting reports of mutations in marine life. The contamination is spreading through the water. Fish are showing severe deformities. Some are barely recognizable as fish.
How wide is the contamination spread?
50 nautical miles and growing. Ocean currents are carrying it further. We could be looking at contamination across the entire North Pacific.
We need to shift blame. Point to government oversight failures, insufficient safety protocols.
That's not going to work. We signed off on all safety measures. We pushed for accelerated testing.
Then we focus on the greater good narrative. Revolutionary technology for national defense. Acceptable risks for protecting freedom.
Henry, the radiation readings are off the charts. This isn't just contamination. The isotopes are creating new compounds, things that shouldn't exist.
What do you mean, shouldn't exist?
The radioactive materials are combining with organic matter, creating entirely new forms of life, mutated beyond recognition.
Jesus, this keeps getting worse. We need to contain this information. If the scientific community gets wind of this...
They won't. We control the narrative. Any researchers who want access go through us.
Henry, I don't think you understand. These mutations are spreading. They're not dying from the radiation. They're thriving in it.
That's impossible. Nothing can survive that level of exposure.
I'm sending images from the medical team.
What the hell am I looking at?
Evolution in real time. The radiation isn't just killing. It's transforming everything it touches.
This information stays in this chat. Delete those images. After viewing, we cannot let this leak.
The government is demanding answers. They want full disclosure within 24 hours, or they're pulling all contracts.
Then we give them what they want to hear. Controlled information. Focus on the technical failures, not the consequences.
Emergency consultation needed. We have an unprecedented radiation exposure event on our hands. Alaskan waters, civilian population affected.
Maya, what are the exposure levels looking like? Do we have official readings?
15,000 Roentgens per hour at the source, but that's not the concerning part. The biological effects are devastating.
What kind of effects? Standard radiation sickness protocols?
No, James. The cellular mutations are happening too fast. We're seeing changes within hours of exposure, not weeks or months.
That's not possible, though. Radiation-induced mutations take time to manifest. Cellular repair mechanisms should prevent rapid changes.
I'm sending you the medical reports. Read them yourself.
My God, these cellular structures are completely foreign. They don't match any known human tissue.
Are these actually human samples or contaminated specimens?
Confirmed human. DNA analysis shows human genetic markers, but with massive structural changes. The radiation is rewriting genetic code in real time.
This goes against everything we know about radiation biology. The human body can't adapt this quickly. It should be dying, not evolving.
That's what makes this so terrifying. These aren't dying. They're transforming into something else.
What about the marine life? Any reports from the contaminated waters?
Extensive mutations documented. Fish with multiple heads, extra appendages, some species showing bioluminescent properties, others developing entirely new organ systems.
The isotopes involved must be creating unique conditions. What type of nuclear material was this?
That's classified, but I can tell you it's not standard reactor fuel. This was weapons-grade material, highly enriched, extremely unstable.
Weapons testing? In civilian waters?
Submarine prototype, something called Paradisus. Complete reactor failure during testing.
Maya, I need to run some calculations. If these mutations are stable, if they can reproduce,
What are you thinking?
we could be looking at a new form of life, radiation-resistant organisms, that could spread beyond the contamination zone.
Spread how? Through ocean currents?
Through reproduction, if these mutations are viable, they could establish breeding populations that thrive in radioactive environments.
The contamination is spreading, 50 nautical miles and growing. Ocean currents are carrying it toward major shipping lanes.
We need to establish monitoring stations, track the mutation patterns, document everything before it spreads further.
Maya, are there any survivors on the island? People who might have developed resistance?
Very few. Most died within hours. But those who survived, they're changing too, just more slowly.
This needs to be reported to the international community, the World Health Organization, the United Nations Environmental Council. This is beyond national jurisdiction.
All reporting is being controlled. Corporate and government lockdown. We're only getting information through back channels.
Then we document everything independently. Build our own database. This is too important to let them bury.
Agreed. I'm establishing contacts with other research stations. We need a complete picture of the contamination spread.
What about long-term effects? If these organisms establish themselves,
Then we're looking at a fundamental change in marine ecosystems, possibly terrestrial ones too. If the mutations can survive outside the water,
Maya, I'm detecting unusual radiation signatures. These aren't matching standard isotope decay patterns. Something is actively transforming the radioactive material.
transformed how?
The mutations aren't just adapting to radiation, they're processing it, using it as an energy source.
that would explain the rapid evolution. They're not just surviving the radiation, they're feeding on it.
Which means the contamination zone might actually expand. As these organisms spread and process more radioactive material,
Maya, we need to warn people. The government is planning more tests. If they don't understand what they're dealing with,
how do you know about more tests?
my contacts in the oversight committee, they're under pressure from private contractors. Something about proving the technology works.
After this disaster, they want to try again?
Corporate interests are pushing hard. They've invested too much to stop now. They think they can control it next time.
They can't control evolution, especially not radiation-accelerated evolution. Each test will create new mutations, more dangerous ones.
We need to prepare for the next incident, document everything we can from this one, establish protocols for rapid response.
Maya, I'm going to keep monitoring the radiation signatures. If the decay patterns change, if these organisms start producing new isotopes,
Then we're not just dealing with contamination. We're dealing with a new form of nuclear life, one that could potentially spread across the globe.
Maya, you still monitoring the contamination zone?
Yes, Tony. What are you seeing out there?
Things you wouldn't believe. Been fishing these waters for 30 years. Never seen anything like this.
Can you record what you're observing? We need first-hand reports from the water.
I'll try. But Maya, some of this stuff, it's hard to look at. Caught this yesterday. Still moving even after being on deck for hours.
The radiation is keeping cellular functions active, even after death. What else are you seeing?
Weird stuff coming up from the deep. Little spider-like things. But they're not spiders. There's something else.
Can you get closer images? Document their behavior?
I'll try, but they don't like light. Soon as I shine a flashlight, they disappear. So I use night vision instead. Best I could get. They move too fast.
Those appendages look articulated, like they're designed for manipulation, not just locomotion.
Yeah, they grab things. Saw one pick up a piece of metal, examine it, like it was studying it.
Studying it? You mean showing curiosity?
More than curiosity. Intelligence. They work together too. Coordinated movements, like they're communicating.
This is important, Tony. These could be the first truly intelligent mutations. Keep documenting everything.
There's more. The locals are calling them Atui Emusi. Old Ainu term. Means water spider. But these aren't natural.
How many are you seeing? Are the numbers increasing?
Started with just a few. Now there's hundreds, maybe thousands. They're spreading along the coastline, following the current.
Tony, this is crucial information. We need to track their movement patterns. Can you mark their locations?
I've been trying, but Maya, they're not staying in the water. Some are coming onto land. At night.
Coming onto land? For how long?
Hours. Maybe longer. They seem to be exploring, testing the environment.
Tony, are they showing any aggressive behavior?
Not toward humans, yet, but they're definitely changing the ecosystem. Plants are dying where they've been, or growing in weird ways.
The radiation they're carrying is affecting plant life. They're essentially mobile contamination sources.
That's not the worst part. They're getting bigger. The ones I saw yesterday were twice the size of the ones from last week.
Rapid growth is consistent with radiation exposure, but this rate is unprecedented. Tony, you need to maintain safe distance.
I'm trying, but they're getting closer to populated areas. Following the river systems inland, people don't know what they're dealing with.
We're working on getting official warnings issued, but the government is suppressing information. Keep documenting everything.
Maya, I think they know I'm watching them. There's a few moving towards my boat.
Return to port immediately. Do not engage with them.
I'm trying, but the engine's been cut, and they're surrounding the boat.
Tony, use the radio. Call for help.
Radio's dead. Everything's dead. They're doing something to the electronics. Maya, they're coming up onto the boat, and I think they understand. They understand I've been watching them. Don't let these things reach the city.
Tony, respond. Tony, what's happening? Tony.
Antony, private channel. I need to discuss Paradisus 3.
Really? Even after what happened with the first test? The contamination is still spreading. The mutations are getting worse.
That's exactly why we need to try again. We learned from the mistakes. The reactor design has been completely overhauled.
The government promised no more tests. Public outcry has been massive. International pressure is mounting.
The government says a lot of things, but private contracts are different. We have investors who won't accept failure.
Henry, the first test created monsters, literal monsters. The second test contaminated an entire ocean region. What makes you think the third will be any different?
Because we're not testing in inhabited areas. Remote location, minimal environmental impact. If something goes wrong, containment is much more possible.
If something goes wrong, Henry, something always goes wrong. That's the nature of experimental nuclear weapons.
This isn't about weapons anymore. It's about proving the technology works. Revolutionary underwater capabilities. Imagine submarines that can operate indefinitely.
At what cost? The mutations from the first test are still spreading. Intelligence reports suggest they're developing social structures, tool use, coordinated behavior.
Which proves the technology has potential. We just need to harness it correctly, control the mutation process, direct it toward useful applications.
Henry, you're talking about playing God, manipulating evolution itself. We have no idea what we're unleashing.
We have investors who've put billions into this project. They expect results, not excuses about environmental concerns.
What about the crew? The first test killed everyone on the island. The second test created oceanic dead zones. You're willing to sacrifice another crew?
The crew will be volunteer specialists, fully briefed on the risks, hazard pay that sets them up for life. This is our moment to change history, Antony, to prove that innovation overcomes fear. Paradisus 3 will be our greatest success. Now get to work. Paradisus 3 launch confirmed. All systems are green. This is our moment, people.
Containment protocols are active. Radiation shielding is holding steady. No leaks detected upon ocean entry.
Military oversight teams are in position. Satellite coverage is complete. We're monitoring every foot of ocean.
Press releases are ready. Government approval confirmed. This is going to vindicate the entire program.
Deep sea maneuvers commencing. Paradisus 3 is responding perfectly. All crew vitals normal.
Reactor temperature stable. Pressure readings nominal. Everything is functioning exactly as designed.
No anomalous readings from monitoring stations. Ocean conditions are ideal. This is the smoothest test we've ever conducted.
Henry, the government observers are impressed. They're talking about expanding the program, additional funding, military contracts.
I told you this would work. 3 years of improvements. We learned from every mistake.
Diving to maximum test depth. All systems systems maintaining integrity. The crew reports no issues.
Sonar is tracking perfectly. No interference from previous contamination zones. We're clear of all mutation activity.
The press conference is scheduled for tomorrow. Full disclosure of success. This will restore public confidence tenfold.
Surface maneuvers complete. All test parameters exceeded. Paradisus 3 is a complete success.
Crew is proceeding to Shikotan Island. Scheduled maintenance before return. Standard protocol.
Island is secure. Military perimeter established. No civilian access.
Henry, congratulations. You've done it. The technology works.
We've all done it. This proves the entire program. Revolutionary underwater capabilities. No environmental impact.
Submarine has docked successfully. Crew disembarking from maintenance. All equipment checks proceeding normally.
Perimeter remains secure. No unusual activity detected. Everything is proceeding according to plan.
I'm sending the success announcement to all media outlets. This is going to be front-page news. Complete vindication of our work.
The future of naval warfare itself. Unlimited underwater operations. Clean, safe, revolutionary technology.
Henry, maintenance is complete, but I'm not getting response from the crew.
What do you mean, no response?
Radio silence for the past 2 hours. They were scheduled to check in, but nothing.
Could be equipment failure. Radio interference from the submarine systems. I'll dispatch a helicopter to check.
This better not be a problem. The press conference is in 12 hours. We can't have any complications now.
Antony, try alternate communication channels, emergency frequencies, satellite uplink. Get me a status report immediately.
I've tried everything. No response on any frequency. The submarine is there, but there are no signs of life there.
Helicopter is approaching the island. Visual confirmation coming in. The submarine is docked. But I don't see any crew members.
Where are they? Did they go inland? Explore the island?
Negative. Landing party is reporting the submarine is completely abandoned. No crew anywhere on the island. Personal effects are still on board. Food still warm in the galley.
What? Where did they go? 23 crew members don't just disappear.
Henry, this is bad, really bad. The submarine systems show no signs of emergency. Everything was functioning normally.
I'm initiating emergency protocols. Full military search and rescue. Satellite imagery analysis. Underwater sonar sweeps.
We need to delay the press conference until we understand what happened. This could destroy everything.
No delays. We find the crew. We explain what happened. The technology still works.
Henry, the crew's final log entry. It mentioned something strange. They reported hearing sounds from beneath the water.
What kind of sounds?
They described it as singing. Deep, resonant tones coming from the ocean floor.
Singing? What does that mean?
They said it was beautiful, hypnotic. The entire crew was listening.
Audio hallucinations, pressure effects from deep diving, nitrogen narcosis.
Henry, there's one more thing. The final image from their underwater camera. They transmitted this right before going silent.
What the hell is that?
I don't know, but it's pretty freaking big.
This is a disaster. 23 people missing, all because of strange phenomena. The press is going to crucify us.
Remember, we control the narrative. Equipment malfunction, crew evacuation, standard safety protocols. Nothing more.
Henry, I'm looking at satellite imagery. There's something in the water around the island. Multiple large objects moving beneath the surface.
The sonar readings are off the charts. Something massive is down there, larger than anything we've ever detected.
We need to evacuate the search teams before whatever happened to the crew happens to them.
No evacuations. We find our people. We understand what happened. The program continues.
James, are you monitoring the Paradisus 3 situation?
Maya, I'm getting reports from coastal communities. There's apparently loads of biological material washing ashore, but this is different from previous contamination.
Different how? Are the radiation signatures similar?
No radiation detected, but the tissue samples are disturbing. Human DNA mixed with unknown marine organisms.
Human DNA? Are we looking at victims from the missing crew?
Possibly, but the fusion is too complete, too integrated. This isn't recent contamination.
I'm analyzing the samples now. My goodness. The cellular structure is deformed beyond belief. More complex, more organized, almost like intentional engineering.
Intentional engineering? You mean artificial mutation?
No, Maya. I mean evolution. Directed evolution. These organisms appear to be selecting beneficial traits.
From humans, they're incorporating human genetic material.
That's what the evidence suggests. Neural tissue, muscular structure, sensory organs. They're adapting human capabilities.
This is beyond anything we documented before. The previous mutations were random. This suggests intelligence, purpose, purpose?
Maya, I'm getting reports from fishing vessels. Massive shadows beneath the water. Coordinated movement patterns. They're avoiding human contact.
Avoiding or studying? The incorporation of human DNA suggests they're learning from us, understanding our biology.
For what purpose? Adaptation? Integration?
Or replacement. These organisms are developing human-level intelligence. But with marine adaptations, they could be superior to both species.
Maya, the mutation acceleration is unprecedented, without radiation exposure. They're evolving through purely biological processes, at rates that should be impossible.
How is that possible? Evolution requires selective pressure. Environmental challenges?
They're creating their own selective pressure, actively modifying their environment to accelerate beneficial mutations.
Maya, the coastal reports are escalating. Residents are reporting seeing shapes, moving beneath the water. Coordinated formations.
Military formations? Are they organizing for something?
I don't know, but the patterns suggest intelligence, strategy. They're not just surviving, they're planning.
The tissue samples show evidence of tool use, modified appendages for manipulation, specialized organs for communication. They're developing technology.
Biological technology? Or actual tools?
Both. They're creating hybrid systems, organic and inorganic integration, more advanced than anything we've achieved.
Maya, we need to warn the authorities. These organisms are beyond the previous threats. They're actively evolving, becoming something new.
The corporate suppression is too strong. Any official reports get buried. We need independent documentation.
I'm establishing contacts with international research stations. This information needs to reach the global community before it's too late.
Too late for what?
Before they complete their evolution. Before they become something we can't compete with.
James, keep monitoring coastal reports. Elena, continue analyzing the tissue samples. We need to understand what they're becoming before they decide what to do with us.
Maya, there's something else. The reports mention sounds from beneath the water, complex acoustic patterns.
Communication? Are they developing language?
More than language. Residents describe it as singing. Beautiful, hypnotic, drawing people toward the water.
Hypnotic? Are they using sound to manipulate human behavior?
If they've incorporated human neural tissue, they could understand our psychological responses, use them against us.
Maya, several coastal residents have gone missing. All reported hearing the singing before disappearing near the water.
They're not just studying us. They're recruiting us or harvesting us.
For genetic material, to accelerate their evolution. Each human they acquire adds to their capabilities.
Maya, we need to get this information out. Warn people about the coastal areas before more disappearances occur.
I'm trying to establish media contacts, but corporate control is extensive. They're suppressing everything.
Then we document everything independently, create an undeniable record, so when the truth comes out, the world will understand what happened.
Maya, the acoustic patterns are getting stronger, more complex. They're spreading along the coastline, following major population centers.
They're not random. They're targeting human populations for a reason.
Maya, I think we're witnessing the emergence of a new dominant species, one that's incorporating the best of both, human and marine adaptations.
And they're doing it faster than natural evolution should allow, because they're directing the process.
Then we need to understand their goals. Are they trying to replace us or integrate with us?
Based on the evidence, they're building something new, using human genetic material, but maintaining their own identity.
A hybrid species, with the intelligence of humans and the adaptability of marine life.
Superior to both. In every way, we may have created our own replacement.
Maya, the question isn't whether they'll replace us. The question is whether they'll let us coexist, or if they see us as competition.
Given their behavior so far, I don't think coexistence is the plan. They're studying us, learning from us, but they're not communicating with us.
Because they don't see us as equals. They see us as resources, raw material for their evolution.
Maya, we need to prepare for the possibility that humanity is no longer the dominant species on this planet.
And that our own technology created something better than us, something that no longer needs us.
Keep documenting everything. If we're witnessing the end of human dominance, at least we'll have recorded how it happened and who was responsible.
Antony, what's the status on the submarine recovery?
Henry, we've retrieved the Paradisus 3. All systems functioned perfectly. No technical failures whatsoever.
Then where is the hell is the crew? 23 people don't just vanish.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Every system log shows normal operation, right up until the end.
What happened at the end?
The crew's final log entries mention acoustic phenomena, sounds from beneath the water. They described it as singing.
Singing? What kind of singing?
Beautiful, hypnotic melodies. Coming from the deep ocean, the entire crew was listening, recording everything.
Do we have those recordings?
Yes, but Henry, they're disturbing. The sounds are too complex for natural origin. Too structured, too purposeful.
Play them for me.
Henry, Everyone who listens to the full recordings reports feeling compelled to go into the water. It's some kind of psychological manipulation.
That's ridiculous. Sound can't control human behavior.
Then explain the crew's behavior. Their final log entries show increasing fascination with the sounds, with whatever was creating them.
What was their final communication?
They reported seeing something rising from the deep, something massive, and then communications ended.
Equipment failure?
No, Henry. The equipment was working perfectly. They chose to stop communicating. The final image they transmitted shows why.
Show me.
Henry, this image is classified. It cannot leave this conversation.
What am I looking at?
Something that shouldn't exist. A biological structure, larger than anything in the fossil record. And it's artificial.
Artificial? You mean manufactured?
I mean evolved. Purposefully evolved. The structure shows signs of engineering, but biological engineering.
That's impossible. Evolution doesn't work that way.
Normal evolution doesn't. But this isn't normal evolution. This is directed mutation, accelerated adaptation.
Directed by what?
Intelligence. Something that understands genetics better than we do. Something that can modify itself at will.
You're talking about science fiction.
Henry, the submarine's instruments detected massive electrical activity, coordinated across hundreds of square miles. That's not random biological function. That's organized intelligence.
Intelligence in what?
Something that's been studying us, learning from our technology, from our biology, from our mistakes.
The previous contamination events. Are you saying something survived?
Something evolved, using the radiation as fuel for rapid genetic modification. And now it's moved beyond needing radiation.
Then what does it need?
Human genetic material to continue evolving, to become something new, something superior.
The missing crew, were they killed?
I don't think so. I think they were integrated. Their genetic material absorbed, their knowledge acquired.
That's insane.
Henry, the submarine's database was accessed. All technical specifications downloaded. Everything we know about nuclear technology has been copied.
By what?
By something that can interface with our technology. Something that understands how we think, how we build, how we fight.
Are you saying it's preparing for war?
I'm saying it's preparing for dominance. The acoustic phenomena, the coordinated movements, the technological integration. This is organized behavior.
Organized by what kind of intelligence?
Something that combines human cognitive abilities with marine adaptation. Something that can think like us, but survive in environments we can't.
The perfect predator.
The perfect replacement.
Emergency classification update. We're officially designating this organism as Actinaria. In other words, sea tarantula. We've had multiple confirmed sightings across the Alaskan Gulf.
Maya, I'm coordinating with coastal monitoring stations. The sightings are increasing exponentially. Every 12 hours, double the reports.
Are we tracking movement patterns? Or is this multiple organisms?
Based on the data, single organism, but it's massive, larger than anything we've ever documented.
Maya, I'm sending an image drawn by a witness. This is from the Bering Sea Monitoring Station. The appendages you see on this actually extend over 400 feet down, and that's just what we can see.
Elena, what are your radiation readings?
Identical isotope signatures to the Paradisus tests, but the concentration is increasing. It's not just containing radiation, it's concentrating it.
For what purpose?
Energy. The radiation is feeding its growth and its evolution.
Maya, I'm adding Rita to the network. She's a biochemist. Her tissue analysis is crucial.
Maya, I've been analyzing the biological samples. The cellular structure is unprecedented. It's actively absorbing genetic material from everything it encounters.
Everything? Marine life, human tissue?
All organic matter, but it's selective. It's choosing beneficial traits and incorporating them immediately.
Real-time evolution, guided by intelligence. This organism is directing its own adaptation.
Maya, the coastal stations are reporting. The creature is approaching populated areas, following shipping lanes, hunting patterns.
Hunting what?
Vessels, technology, humans.
The genetic absorption explains the missing crew. It's not killing them. It's integrating them, using their knowledge and making it its own.
Maya, I'm getting reports from Anna. It's a load of Coast Guard communications, multiple vessel disappearances, all with similar distress patterns.
What kind of distress patterns?
Sudden equipment failures, then reports of something in the water, then complete communication blackout.
The absorption pattern suggests it's learning from each encounter, becoming more efficient, more dangerous.
Maya, if this organism continues growing at the current rate, it will dominate the entire North Pacific within weeks.
We need to determine its vulnerabilities. There has to be something that can stop it.
Maya, the coastal reports are escalating. Residents are fleeing inland. The creature is approaching major population centers.
The radiation signature is spreading, contaminating everything in its path, but also transforming it.
Maya, I've identified a potential vulnerability. The cellular structure depends on specific radioactive isotopes for energy and growth.
Can we disrupt that dependency?
Theoretically, yes. Radiation neutralizing compounds could halt its growth, maybe even reverse the mutations.
But we'd need massive quantities and direct application to the creature's core structure.
Maya, that would require getting close to the organism, potentially suicidal.
It might be our only option, before it becomes too powerful to stop.
Derek, I need full military mobilization. The Actinaria situation is escalating at a pace we simply cannot keep up with. We need every available asset.
Henry, the military is requesting a complete intelligence briefing. They need to understand the threat before committing resources.
Tell them it's a maritime biological hazard, one of extreme size and of hostile behavior. Conventional weapons authorized.
Henry, the media coverage is exploding. Social media is calling it the sea monster. Government credibility is collapsing. We need a unified response.
What kind of coverage?
Eyewitness accounts, amateur footage. Scientists making unauthorized statements. International observers demanding explanations.
Henry, conventional weapons might not be effective, based on the size estimates. We're looking at something far beyond normal military capabilities.
Then we use unconventional weapons. Whatever it takes to eliminate the threat.
Henry, the attack patterns suggest the creature is growing exponentially. Each vessel it consumes adds to its mass and intelligence.
How many vessels have we lost?
Confirmed, 17 ships, 3 oil platforms, and 1 military reconnaissance vessel, all with complete crew losses.
Henry, that's nearly 400 people. If this continues, we'll lose control of the entire region.
Then we end it quickly, before it spreads further. What's our most powerful option?
Naval bombardment, depth charges, torpedo strikes. But Henry, the creature is massive. Surface attacks might not reach critical areas.
Henry, conventional explosives won't penetrate the creature's core. We need something more powerful, something that can reach the deep ocean.
What are you suggesting?
Neptune, the experimental deep-sea nuclear device, designed for underwater elimination of large-scale threats.
Nuclear weapons? Henry, that will create international incidents, environmental disasters, political catastrophes.
Better than allowing this thing to reach populated areas.
Henry, Neptune is untested. We don't know the environmental impact or the effectiveness against biological targets.
But it's our only option for reaching the creature's core at the depth it's operating.
Omar, are you monitoring this channel? I need information on Neptune deployment.
Henry, Neptune is operational, but deployment requires presidential authorization and international clearance.
How long for authorization?
Minimum 72 hours through proper channels. But Henry, this is a nuclear weapon against a biological target. The precedent is dangerous.
Henry, we don't have 72 hours. The creature is moving toward populated areas, and at its current speed, it will reach major cities within 24 hours.
Henry, unauthorized nuclear deployment will end all our careers and potentially start wars.
Then we get creative with authorization, emergency protocols, immediate threat to national security.
Henry, even emergency protocols require military command approval, and that means full disclosure about the Paradisus program.
Better than the end of humanity, because if this thing continues growing, we won't have a company to worry about. Neptune deployment is a go.
Anna, what's your status on vessel disappearances?
Maya, it's getting worse. 7 more ships reported missing in the past 12 hours, all in the same general area.
Same distress patterns?
Identical. Equipment failures first, then reports of something in the water, then complete communication blackout. No survivors, no debris.
What's the last communication from each vessel?
They all mention the same thing. Something is pulling us down. The water is moving wrong. There's something massive underneath.
Any visual confirmation?
Limited, but what we have is disturbing.
All right, that's it. We're closing off the North Sea. Kyle, what's the situation at the oil rig?
Maya, we're in serious trouble. The platform support structures are failing systematically. Something is attacking them.
What kind of attack?
Massive pressure on the supports. Like something enormous is pushing against the platform from below.
How large?
Maya, I've been working rigs for 20 years. I've never seen anything like this. The entire platform is shaking. It's like an earthquake.
Can you see what's causing it?
I do now.
Holy crap! That's the creature. You're directly in its path.
Maya, the platform is tilting. We're losing structural integrity. Whatever is down there is actively trying to bring us down.
How many people are on the platform?
43 crew members, plus emergency personnel, and we're all trapped with no way off. Maya, stop this thing before it reaches the cities, before it's too late for everyone. It just hit the central supports. We're going down.
Kylie, no.
Naval expedition departing now, heading to the oil rig coordinates. Neptune deployment is authorized.
Henry, tactical positioning confirmed. 3 destroyers, 2 submarines, full military escort.
Neptune device is armed and ready. Deployment systems online. This will end the threat.
What's the status at the oil rig site?
Complete destruction. No survivors detected. But Henry, the sonar readings are massive. Whatever did this is still there.
Henry, I'm getting reports from the expedition. David's drone is providing visual confirmation of the creature's actual size.
Show me. David, what are you seeing down there?
Henry, this is beyond anything we imagined. The creature extends over 3,000 feet to the ocean floor. It's not just large, it's like a goddamn titan. But Henry, there's something worse. The main tendrils. They're terminated with, God, I can barely look at this.
What is it?
Human forms. The missing crew from Paradisus 3. They're integrated into the creature's body. They appear to be functioning as sensory organs.
Are they alive?
Their biosignatures show activity, but they're not human anymore. They're part of the creature now, part of its nervous system.
How many?
All 23 crew members, positioned at the ends of major tendrils. They're the creature's eyes and ears, its interface with the world above.
Omar, are you seeing this? We need to deploy Neptune immediately.
Henry, the creature is aware of our presence. It's moving toward the surface. All tendrils are converging on our position.
Rita, Elena, emergency breakthrough needed. Henry's expedition is about to deploy nuclear weapons.
Maya, I've made a critical discovery. The creature's cellular structure thrives on radioactive isotopes. Nuclear energy would feed it, not destroy it.
Maya, the radiation signature analysis confirms. This organism processes nuclear material as nutrition. It would absorb the bomb's energy.
We need to contact Henry immediately. Stop the deployment before it's too late.
Maya, the creature would not only survive, it would grow exponentially. Nuclear energy would accelerate its evolution.
Maya, I'm detecting massive energy fluctuations from the expedition site. They're preparing to detonate.
I'm calling the expedition directly. Henry, abort the Neptune deployment. The creature feeds on radiation. Nuclear weapons will make it stronger.
Maya, communications are restricted. This is a military operation. Scientific interference is not permitted.
Yvette, you don't understand. The bomb will cause exponential growth. It will kill everyone.
Maya, we have this under control. The scientists have had their chance. Now it's time for action.
Please, listen to the science.
Henry, Neptune is deployed. Device is descending toward the target. Detonation in 60 seconds.
All vessels at safe distance, preparing for underwater nuclear detonation.
This ends here. This ends now.
Henry, the creature is moving toward the bomb. It's not avoiding it. It's approaching it.
30 seconds to detonation. All systems nominal.
Henry, the creature is surrounding the device. It's engulfing the bomb.
Detonation confirmed.
Massive underwater explosion detected. Nuclear signature confirmed. Target eliminated.
Status report. Is it dead?
Henry, sonar is showing the creature is still there, but it's different. It's larger, much larger.
That's impossible. Nothing survives direct nuclear detonation.
Henry, it's not just larger. It's growing in real time. The nuclear energy is feeding it.
Henry, we have a problem. The creature is pulling ships underwater. All vessels within 200 miles are being dragged down.
What do you mean, pulled down?
Massive suction force. Every ship in the region is being drawn toward the creature, including ours.
Henry, I'm tracking dozens of vessels, all being consumed simultaneously. The creature is absorbing everything, getting exponentially larger with each ship.
Henry, our engines are failing. We're being pulled toward the creature. All vessels are caught in its gravitational pull.
Henry, this is a disaster. We didn't destroy it. We fed it. We made it unstoppable.
Henry, final drone transmission. The creature's central mass is developing some kind of massive optical structure. Oh my God, it's developing the face of a human.
David, get out of there. All vessels, emergency evacuation.
Henry, it's too late. The creature has the ship in its grasp. We're being pulled into its mass. It's absorbing our ship, our crew, everything we know.
Henry, the creature is learning. From every ship it consumes, every person it absorbs, it's becoming more intelligent.
Henry, final transmission. The creature is moving, not just in water. It's anchored to the sea floor. It's pulling the entire ocean down.
What do you mean, pulling the ocean down?
The tectonic plate. It's connected to the tectonic plate. It can move land masses. Henry, it's not just consuming ships. It's consuming the Earth itself.
Maya, I'm analyzing deep-sea geological data. The creature's tendrils have anchored into the tectonic plate. It's not just in the ocean, it's part of the ocean floor.
What does that mean?
It means the creature can move continents. It has the capacity to reshape the planet by manipulating tectonic forces.
Maya, the nuclear detonation created a feedback loop. The creature is processing nuclear energy and converting it to geological force.
Maya, this organism has evolved beyond biology. It's become a geological entity, a planetary parasite.
Can we stop it?
Maya, I don't think we can. It's too large, too powerful, too integrated with the planet itself.
Maya, the radiation signature is spreading across the entire Pacific Basin and into the Atlantic.
Maya, the creature is not just growing. It's preparing for something that will change everything.
What kind of change?
Planetary transformation. The creature is using the Earth's tectonic energy to power its own evolution and its expansion beyond the ocean.
Maya, we may be witnessing the end of human civilization and the beginning of something else.
Maya, the creature has absorbed all of our nuclear technology, all of our scientific knowledge. It knows everything we know, but it's not human.
Then what is it?
Maya, I think it's what comes next. After humanity, after the planet we knew.
Maya, the creature's eye-like structure is oriented toward space. It's not just looking at the surface, it's looking beyond the planet.
Maya, I think we created something that has outgrown the Earth, something that sees the entire planet as just raw material.
For what?
For whatever comes next in the evolution of intelligence in the universe.
Maya, we may have created the end of the world as we know it.
And the beginning of something we can't even comprehend.
God help us all. What have we done? Emergency protocol activated. Rita, we need the isotope neutralizing compound ready for deployment. This is our only remaining option.
Maya, the compound is synthesized, but we need a delivery system, something that can penetrate the creature's outer membrane and reach its central mass.
Maya, the creature is pulling entire coastal sections underwater. Entire portions of the Zarapsian mainland are submerging. The geological damage is unprecedented.
How long do we have?
Maya, the creature has increased to nearly 15 miles in diameter, and it's still growing. At this rate, it will consume the entire continental shelf.
Maya, satellite data shows the creature is creating a massive depression in the ocean floor. It's literally reshaping the seafloor.
Maya, if we can deliver the compound directly to the creature's central nervous system, it should dissolve the mutated tissue bonds and stop the growth.
What kind of delivery system?
Something that can survive the creature's defensive mechanisms and carry enough compound to affect its entire mass.
Maya, the creature's tendrils are actively defending against surface attacks. Any delivery system needs to be small and fast.
Maya, I'm detecting massive energy fluctuations from the creature's central mass. It's preparing for something.
Preparing for what?
I don't know, but the energy signatures are off the charts. Something unprecedented is building.
Emergency funding authorized. Maya's team gets unlimited resources. This is our final option.
Henry, the creature has begun pulling mainland sections underwater. Entire coastal cities are submerging. The geological damage is catastrophic.
Henry, conventional weapons are completely ineffective. The creature absorbs everything we throw at it and grows stronger.
Henry, I'm working with Rita, modifying tactical weapons for compound delivery. But we need precise targeting.
What kind of targeting?
Direct penetration of the creature's central mass, where its primary nervous system is located. One shot to end this.
Henry, the creature is moving upward, rising from the ocean floor, creating massive displacement.
Henry, coastal evacuations are reaching crisis levels. Millions of people are fleeing inland, but the creature's influence is spreading.
How far inland?
50 miles and growing. It's pulling the entire continental shelf into the ocean.
Henry, the delivery system is ready. Modify the drone with compound payload. David will pilot the final approach.
David, are you ready?
Henry, I'm launching in the submarine now, approaching the creature's outer membrane, preparing for penetration attempt. Henry, I'm at the creature's perimeter. The scale is beyond comprehension. This thing is larger than most cities.
Can you penetrate the outer membrane?
Attempting penetration now. The membrane is thick, but yielding. I'm through the outer layer, moving toward the central mass.
Status on the compound?
Payload is intact, approaching the delivery point. The creature's internal structure it's like a living city. Organic tunnels and chambers, all pulsing with life.
Deploy the compound.
Deploying now. Compound is spreading throughout the creature's system. I can see it dissolving tissue bonds. The creature is reacting. Henry, it's working. The dissolution is spreading. The creature is shrinking.
Excellent. Report back when it's finished.
Anna, what's the coastal situation?
Maya, the waters are receding, back to normal levels. The creature appears to be dissolving. We did it!
Confirmed dissolution?
Visual confirmation. The creature's mass is breaking apart. Coastal areas are returning to normal. The threat is neutralized.
Finally, we actually stopped it. Team, We've successfully neutralized the threat. The compound worked perfectly. The creature is dissolving.
Maya, the isotope neutralization was complete. All mutated tissue bonds have been severed. The organism is no longer viable.
Maya, coastal monitoring confirms. The creature is breaking apart. Threat eliminated.
Maya, radiation levels are returning to normal. The contamination is clearing. We saved the planet.
Incredible work, everyone. Humanity survives another day. Lisa, what's the international status?
Maya, we have a massive problem. Seismic sensors are detecting unprecedented movement. The creature isn't dying. It's moving upward.
Upward how?
It's pulling itself toward the surface with such force that it's lifting the entire Zarapsian mainland from its tectonic foundations.
That's impossible.
Maya, I'm watching satellite feeds. The entire country is being carried skyward by the creature. It's not dying, it's ascending.
Ascending where?
Toward the upper atmosphere and beyond. Maya, the creature is taking an entire landmass into space.
Grace, what are you seeing?
Maya, I'm broadcasting live. The spectacle is unimaginable. An entire country rising into the sky, carried by a massive biological entity. This is beyond any natural phenomenon.
My God.
It's accelerating too, moving faster as it rises. The landmass is completely intact. Cities, mountains, everything, all being carried into space.
Where is it going?
Unknown. Satellite tracking is losing the signal. Both the creature and the landmass are disappearing from radar. They're beyond atmospheric tracking. But guess what? We have a satellite image of the whole damn thing.
This can't be. The creature was dissolving. The compound worked.
Maya, the dissolution was only partial. The creature adapted to the compound and used it to trigger metamorphosis.
Maya, the energy signatures make sense now. The creature wasn't dying. It was preparing for spaceflight.
Maya, the upward movement was planned. The creature used the Earth's tectonic energy to launch itself into space,
taking an entire country with it.
Maya, the creature achieved something we never considered possible. It evolved beyond planetary dependence.
Maya, the creature is now a spacefaring organism with an entire landmass as its vessel.
Maya, we didn't kill it. We helped it evolve into something that can survive in space.
Where did it go?
Maya, we don't know. And that's the terrifying part. It could be anywhere in the solar system or beyond.
Maya, the creature took all of our technology, all of our knowledge, and an entire population.
Maya, we may have created the first truly interplanetary species, and we have no idea what it plans to do.
Or if it will return.
Maya, the creature now has everything it needs to survive indefinitely in any environment. Earth, space, other planets.
Maya, we witnessed something unprecedented. The birth of a new form of life, one that transcends planetary boundaries.
Maya, the question isn't where it went. The question is what it learned, and what it's planning next.
God help us all. What have we unleashed upon the universe?
Status report. Where is the creature?
Henry, it's gone, beyond satellite tracking, along with the entire Zarapsian mainland.
Henry, this is a global catastrophe. An entire country has vanished, taken by an organism we created.
Henry, the international community is demanding answers. What do we tell them? That we created something that consumed a nation.
We tell them the truth, that we pushed the boundaries of science and encountered something beyond our understanding.
Henry, what if it returns? What if the creature decides Earth needs to be consumed entirely?
Henry, we need to prevent this from happening again. No more nuclear testing. No more evolutionary experiments.
Henry, the creature is out there, somewhere in space, with an entire civilization and all of our technology.
Then we prepare for whatever comes next.
Henry, how do you prepare for something that can move planets? For something that evolved beyond Earth itself?
We learn from our mistakes, we develop better safeguards, and we hope that humanity is ready for whatever the creature has become.
International authorities are requesting explanations for what witnesses are calling the ascension.
Maya, global governments are panicking. No one can explain what happened. An entire country vanishing into space, carried by a biological entity.
What are we supposed to tell them?
Maya, the truth is too incredible, too dangerous. If other governments attempt similar experiments, we could face multiple planetary-scale organisms.
Then we suppress the information?
Maya, suppression isn't possible. The entire world witnessed the ascension. Social media is exploding. Scientists are demanding answers.
What's the official response?
Maya, there is no official response, because no one knows what to say. How do you explain the impossible? How do you prepare for something that transcends natural law?
We start by preventing it from happening again. No more nuclear mutations. No more evolutionary experiments.
Maya, the creature is still out there, somewhere in the cosmos, with the power to reshape worlds, and we have no idea if it will return.
Then we watch the skies, and we we pray that humanity survives, whatever we've unleashed upon the universe.
Maya, the age of human dominance, on this planet may be coming to an end. We created something greater than ourselves, and now we must live with the consequences.
The question isn't whether it will return. The question is what it learned during its time on Earth, and what it plans to do with that knowledge.
Maya, we may have witnessed the birth of something truly alien, but hey, at least it's gone from Earth. For now,